Welcome back. I've got a special surprise for you today. Most of you know that I'm into Volkswagens. I'd love to be into Volkswagens more than I am. Time and money doesn't permit that, but I do have a couple oval window Volkswagens. I think the world's fastest naturally aspirated Volkswagen here. Check this guy out. I looked out the window this morning and Mexxspeed was sitting in our driveway. But this guy here, he's like a mad scientist. He's Austrian, so and he talks fast and he's got an accent, but you're gonna see he's like a genius. It's Martin is his name. And that car is basically a handmade car in a little garage in Austria. And I'm talking body, gearbox, engine, heads, everything. Oh, what's here? Noch mehr. I mean, that's two badass cars right there.
At least one.
Look.
One in the old one.
What are you saying?
One in the old one.
No,
but not turbo.
Yeah.
So
You know
the
these fancy turbo guys, they're not racing 8 mile or quarter mile, they're racing basically 8 mile to a quarter mile. And they're just traveling down to the 8 mile.
Yeah.
That's stupid to me.
Did you hear that? He called turbo stupid. Because they backdoor.
I can tell you something, a guy which is well known for fast cars, Enzo Ferrari, said turbos are for people who can't build engines.
And that's the dumbest statement I've ever heard.
He's not
The
for me, it's
fastest
not my
cars in the world.
statement. It's
I
not
know,
my-
but
that
I
is-
Never saw a fast Ferrari, you know, like seriously fast one.
Yeah, turbo ones.
Yeah, the turbo ones.
So
It's not my statement, I just told you the statement.
I wouldn't
from
even
Enzo.
repeat that because I've always thought that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Okay. May I
So-
close the door now? It's closing nice.
You're saying you're cooler than me?
Yeah. It's strong.
Never.
It's
ever,
safety is important, but
There is no chance in this world that you're cooler than me, trust me.
You know why my car is cooler than yours?
Why?
Because even the ledge is carbon fiber.
I saw that a while
It's
ago.
carbon fiber, the inside it's titanium.
There ain't nothing. You built a chassis.
And I built this carbon fiber parts.
The hats are carbon fiber on top of the shocks.
And now
Strut.
try the spring.
Yeah, I can see it. Looks like the back of a dirt bike. So it's ultra light. Can I lift the front of this?
Lift it.
Is it too heavy? Let's see. Oh, I'm hitting something back there. So you wonder why it goes 5 seconds and a quarter mile.
No, in the 8 mile it didn't get it.
You weren't telling that.
That one spot.
Oh, you had the exhaust on it. Because it does that on the racetrack. So that's stupid light. I don't know what that weighed. I'm guessing. No, hold on. I'm guessing 60 to 70 pounds.
with the front it will be, with me in it, it will be like 100.
Oh, you made all this carbon fiber panels.
Yep.
So there's not much that you didn't make. You make the control arm,
Yes. Made
Oh.
the whole studs. I made the whole studs.
and the front wheels are welds.
Welds, yeah.
It's weld spindle mount.
I got them cheap from, I guess it came off a funny car or something like that. We touched the wall and one was damaged. And I got them really cheap and then just realigned it, polished them.
It looks
made
like
them
it's
to
about
metric.
time for some new tires.
Front tires,
You want them that thin for the weight.
no. Front tires don't matter because they don't touch.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I'm serious here. He's the kind of guy that would rather have that down to the wear bar because it would weigh 3 grams less than a new tire.
You have seen fastest Indian of the world?
World fastest Indian.
World fastest Indian?
Yeah.
And you know the story about
Yeah,
the tires.
yeah, cut the tires down. Did you do that?
No, not on purpose.
Not
I
yet.
just rubbed them down.
Okay, so the front end, what's that thing weigh? 10 pounds? It's got grills. Are those? Yeah, those are aluminum grills. So let me guess. It weighs 14 pounds. Like that, yeah. So it weighs nothing. So you're getting the picture here. So it weighs nothing. I can pick the front end up. He made, again, all of this stuff. This body is something that he made in your garage.
Yep. And it's a small garage.
Actually, in your backyard.
So
The,
in his
the
backyard.
roof was made in the garage because it's way compact and it's heated, so it's big. You can sit.
strong.
You can sit on it.
This is very strong.
You can basically sit on the roof.
A 1,200
If it wouldn't be
pound
that
car.
slippy, I could sit on it.
So okay, You're getting the picture. Wheels are spindle mount, very lightweight, very small brakes.
Titanium nut.
Titanium nuts. You made those.
Yes, sure.
All right.
As
So
I
now
didn't get it at Walmart on the shelf. I had to make it.
we're getting close to the good stuff. This is all good stuff, but it's pretty amazing too.
Now we're getting to the very good stuff.
Yeah, the very good stuff. But now remember, that body didn't exist. Did you chop the top on a steel car and then pull the mold off of that?
Even more, we got a steel car which was in a shape which was too bad to make a restoration, but too good to dump it. And then
So the quarter panels on the steel car, did you make the quarter panels removable, or did you do that after you made
no. This is we took the steel car to make the molds, and with the molds we make this panel.
You changed it on the carbon fiber part.
Yeah.
The steel car still got weld-on quarter panels. Let's take a quarter panel off. Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
We can't even tell that they've come off.
It's kind of like the 55. If they didn't come off, that tire would be really hard to get out.
It's hard to work with the tire.
Yeah.
It's not hard, it's impossible.
One more. Uno mas. Pretty cool.
No.
I know.
Makes no sense if you can buy it.
Yeah.
I can't believe how lightweight this is.
Part of that's aluminum.
Yeah. You know, that's not the average.
Oh, it's all aluminum.
It's made like an aeroplane, like a aeroplane. It's 77.5 rolled aluminum. It's glued and riveted together.
That's pretty impressive stuff.
Weight.
They don't want weight. He hates weight.
I can tell you something. It's all about weight transfer. To move as much weight from the car as possible.
He'll move
Why
it.
do you? Why don't you make that out of carbon? Strength? No, it's not strength. What's the reason?
Nah, I wanted to keep some details from aviation, and yeah, this was one piece because all the classic cars have the rear wing out of, because it's a wing. Basically, because it's a wing, it should be out of aluminum like in plane.
Okay. But I never know how to address this dude. I mean, when you say think outside the box, his thinking is so far outside the box that I think I got it figured out, and I'll say it, and it'll be no. Because everything is, his thought process is totally different. See, he made the shock tops. He made the top of the struts, and he probably saved 8 ounces. But he doesn't want to make a carbon wing because he wants it to be.
You know why I make these tops? Because they came from Strange, and they are built for, I don't know, 1,000-pound spring, and I have 45 pounds, and I cannot just put that soft spring on that rigid part. It doesn't fit. That's why I made it out
You
of
got
that
a
image.
lathe, all right? You have a lathe.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was already anodized.
Okay. You can't machine anodized stuff.
Yeah, but it's not anodized anymore.
So why is this cracked? It did it.
That's the bad thing. When we started to make this stinger out of titanium, as it is so thin, it cracks instantly. And if you look at that,
And it's just doing that from heat or vibration?
vibration, because titanium is not built for, it's not good for exhaust, because it is brittle, and from the heat it gets more brittle, and every heat cycling gets brittle, and it starts, you see that? Cracks everywhere.
Yeah, still having. So it's cracking right here. He'll have to do a Frankenstein on it. But that's what we call battle scars, right?
Wait, I need to focus.
So-
Okay.
See, it has blown the side of it out, looks like. What is it? Is that
Well,
silicone bronze, or is that?
no, just it's the same material.
It just hadn't turned yet.
The thing is, it started as a small crack over here, and we kept a whole weekend, and then it was a flake like that.
Okay.
So if you weld it instantly, it's not a big deal.
You made this out of flat sheet metal?
Yes.
Okay. You rolled it, and then look at the weld right here. It's all
To be
fused.
honest, I have to say, I did not weld it. A friend of mine welded it. He was a
You probably
professional.
welded that.
Yes.
So this is Mexxspeed. So we found something the guy's not the greatest at. But look at this. That's fused.
You
It's
can't
that, there's no
even-
filler
So
in there.
hands up, promise you have to cut this out.
All right, I gotta have another.
I can do everything, but there are a bunch of people who can do it better because they're professionals. Thank you.
I feel that same way. But I don't let anybody else do it. I'll just have a substandard. I don't care. So it's okay to not be perfect at everything, but to do everything. So I always say this to my people and everybody else. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. I can do any, and people always ask me, they say, is there anything you can't do? And I don't mean this arrogantly at all, but I say pretty much no.
There is nothing I cannot do in this car. I could even paint the car, but not that good. I
Yeah.
could make that exhaust, but not that good.
That's
That's
all
why I have people who are professional welder and professional painter and supporting me. And I'm really, really appreciating that because, you know, racing with style is even better than racing fast without style. Fast with style is better than fast without style. Okay, you agree on that? At least I got a thumbs up.
So as I enjoy my cracker here,
Like me?
come around here and just do it. Feast your eyes on this.
Here.
So if you're a Volkswagen guy, you know it's kind of hard to get impressed by a Volkswagen motor, right? So this is what it could look like. This is what it basically is built off of. Now this is a 1600cc dual port motor with an alternator, so it's not as old as some you might see, but that is not unlike that, except this is all made, not all made. Mex built the cylinders, the heads, you make the heads.
Yep. But the case is off the shelf Autocraft case, which was just modified, and it's more than just modified, but polished and just to look nice. But it is a good case off the shelf, so there's no need to make one.
That's it. So no need to reinvent the wheel. On an Autocraft case, it's a three-piece. See, it's got a rear cover and then the split halves. And these cylinders, look at that. He says that they're not good for the street, right?
Yes, because of the lack of cooling.
Yeah. So can you not make the fins bigger, or you just don't have a reason to?
I can make, probably it will happen in the future, that I make a street head which is similar to that.
Look at that head. That's amazing. Look down in here at the detail. So is it the same stud setup? I mean,
Yes.
obviously
No.
different.
The Autocraft already has a bigger start setup which came basically from the big Volkswagen engine, from the water boxer, but is the same head start pattern, sorry. So you could probably buy off-the-shelf Autocraft case and fit the head.
So it's a 6 studs per cylinder.
It
engine.
comes with 6 studs per cylinder, and I just added a 7 stud over here under the exhaust because this is the area where the head are the hottest, expand the most, get the weakest, and are prone to be blown.
So see what he's talking about. When he made these cylinders in the head, he put one reverse stud in here. Says it's right here by the exhaust, and that's probably the largest spread between the studs is right there and at the front.
Exactly. And you won't believe it, but I can tell you, I was inspired from the Chrysler Hemis, where this comes from, because they have a bolt under the intake, which
So does our
looks the
big
same.
block Chevy.
They
It's
stole it
upside
with-
down
Yeah, they stole
underneath
it from the
the
Hemis.
No, it was before the.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
That's like that Hemi there. It doesn't have that.
Really? I thought it came from the Hemis.
No, they had that 1955.
So the Hemis, the Chrysler stole it from the GM.
Chrysler stole everything, but everybody gives Chrysler credit for being the first Hemi. It wasn't a first Hemi. Friggin' Mercedes or somebody had a Hemi before
Porsche
them.
Hemis.
Yeah. So don't give Chrysler so much credit.
I do not.
Okay, he does. He gives Chrysler all that credit. Chevrolet had that upside down stud on the big block in 1955
Okay.
on a 265 big block. So now you know the rest of the story. But anyway, let's talk about you,
Okay.
your favorite subject. I didn't say
And it's
that.
getting your favorite subject too. I guess so.
Anyway, look at the mid plate here. That's actually bolted between the transaxle and the block.
It's not bolted in between. The engine is bolted to the plate, and the plate is a part of the chassis.
So it's like
and the
almost like an
gearbox
adapter almost.
The gearbox is bolted to the plate, and there's a second plate, and the gearbox is squeezed between in these plates to get more strength.
Okay, so as an Autocraft case, this is a rear plate that's bolts
Autocraft,
onto.
yeah, that's
So
bolt on
it's
the-
actually a 4-piece case then.
Yes.
So this bolts on the back of the Autocraft block, and then it's got the front cover like, you know, a
It's
traditional
3 piece, and
motor.
plate in the
in
rear.
the plate, and then the mid plate or whatever you want to call it is sandwiched between there and the transaxle.
Yeah, but it's a part
It's
of
a
the
different
chassis.
bolt.
It's a part of the chassis,
Sure.
and it keeps the chassis more stable because you see that it goes around the bars.
Yeah. That's
And-
basically. How hard is it to get the engine out? What do you have
Easy.
to take out?
Easy. 5 bolts. 1, 2, 3. This is an additional bolt, and 2 in the bottom.
So this adapter stays in there, and the transaxle.
It's just attached to this contour, and you just can slide it out.
Nice.
And you have to remove all the cables and all the lines, but this is just the bolts. It's just 5 bolts. So it's the stock 4 bolts and there's 1 additional bolt. That's it.
Okay, curious. The throttle bodies, is that something Autocraft or is that
Let
something
me
you
go
made?
half a step back and talk. When we're talking about this plate, there's a scatter shield in here. Can you see that?
Yeah,
It's made out of titanium.
that's titanium. I
It's
can
rolled
see it.
titanium.
Down. So it's a band, and it's
Yeah,
it's
it's rolled.
thick. It's like a 1/4 inch thick.
As it has to be, as it is mandatory.
That's what they require.
Yeah.
Gonna show
2 inch. So the rules say 1 inch in front the clutch and 1 inch behind the clutch, which is 2 inch, and a 1/4 thick.
Okay, so see that right there? That's a piece of 1/4 inch, and it has to be titanium, or
No, it's not allowed. It has to be steel.
Oh.
Only top fuel has to be titanium. But what is good for top fuel is good for me.
all right. So this is not legal, but he's running it. He just doesn't want
don't
NHRA or
care.
anybody to see it.
You can read that.
Are
I
you an
just-
outlaw?
Yeah, because I don't care.
He's a badass.
I can tell you something you cannot video.
Okay,
Okay,
like,
so back to the throttle bodies. Those are those Autocraft based?
No,
or
no.
that's your own
Basically,
design?
as my heads, the bolt pattern is similar to Autocraft, so you could modify Autocraft to fit, or you could modify this to fit the Autocraft. But it's my bolt pattern, and it's my throttle body cut because they were optimized to this head.
Did you make those throttle bodies?
Yes,
They're cast.
Billet.
They're built.
And
So
it's
his 15-axis CNC mill made.
no, it's 3 5-axis. Does it mean
That's
it's a
15 in my book. He probably had a jig in each machine for a different function.
Yeah, so it's
So that's 15 axis. So anyway, so come dial in on this. So I noticed something here. These Allen bolts on top aren't just here holding something. Those are air bleeds, aren't they?
Yeah,
So is that your idle set? What'd I do?
my car shitted on you.
Did you get?
Big time.
I got grease off of this.
here, you
German-
might
Yeah.
want to rub.
See, I
your
can't
head.
tell.
You did touch my plate.
Oh,
and
it's
that's the
clutch
clutch
dust.
inside.
Yeah,
That's-
clutch dust. But I can't tell because I got black paint all over my.
Oh, you need to rub your forehead a little bit more.
Oh, I don't want to look.
It's just the
Is it there?
Oh, you're good now. It looks like.
it's just the toxic.
Is this adequate?
Yeah, it's just the toxic iron plum
You
clutch.
think I'm worried about toxic? I live in toxic.
No,
Okay, back to the. Those are. Is that how you set the idle?
Yes, not setting the idle. Setting the idle is done electronically with the ignition. This is to
How
make
you balance them?
balance them exactly.
So-
I have 4 lambda probes, and I can easily balance them on idle to get the same air, and I can balance the fuel.
So is that something you designed, or is
Yeah.
that something?
That's like on any carburetor on a bike.
Yeah, but I mean, it's obviously not Volkswagen. It's
No.
not Delorto. It's not Weber.
The Lotto do have it, and Weber do have it on some.
They have those
carburetors.
side things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Okay, so he didn't invent that.
The funny
but
thing
it's pretty
is,
cool.
On the aftermarket, the Lotto and Weber carburetors you buy, they don't have it. On the factory, like on the Alfa Romeo, they had this. It came from factory like this on the Webers.
Huh. I did not know that. I mean, only on the
that's,
IDA.
that's why I'm telling you.
Only on the IDA.
Huh. I don't know if it was ever on the IDAs because the IDA was designed as a carburetor for sports cars.
So what are you saying? It was on IDFs?
On IDFs and on the Lotto DRLR.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I've been out of it a long time. So I'm really dying to see that butterfly twist.
Butterfly
open.
is shaftless. It's made out of beryllium bronze, and
So you don't see a butterfly that looks like that. Look at this. There's no shaft.
the thing is, the diameter where it touches has a bowl to keep
I see
the
that.
cross section, to cope the cross section of the butterfly. So if you look at the butterfly and the bowl, it keeps the same cross section when it's wide open throttle.
I've got to compute that. cross section where?
Cross section of the manifold, of the port. The port cross section area is
The diameter?
the diameter is 64.
Okay.
Sorry, 65 is the diameter, but it's bowl shaped. So if you open the butterfly, which has that shape, and the bowl goes around it, it keeps the same cross section area. If you take the cross section area of the butterfly,
So it's not an oval hole.
No, it's round,
the
the
port
bowl.
shape.
The port
so
shape is the
it's
bowl.
built like a venturi.
yeah, it's two things. The bowl keeps the cross section area the same, even with the butterfly, and from opening you get big on a small angle, a big area which you open. And if you have a bowl, it's more it's a slighter change in cross section area, so it's more sensible. If you're going through the bit and going to the starting line, you can drive it off idler. You can drive it really easy because the changes is smaller than on this.
Oh, I
where the
get what you're
changes-
saying. Okay.
because
Yeah,
it's 4 65mm throttle plates, which is quite big for the engine. It would be snappy.
Basically,
Otherwise-
our throttle body up there has something similar to that.
They copied
It's got
it?
They did. They copied. It's got a step in it, so we can drive a 105mm throttle body on the street without. If you think about it, you crack the throttle on a big throttle body like that, you get lots of RPM really quick.
It gets snappy.
Yeah, you get
I hate
snappy. So he's got it set up to where it's progressive. It's a little more progressive than just a wide open 65. Because he drives this thing on the street. He goes to McDonald's.
You know, I don't like McDonald's, but I'm going. It's like a grocery getter to getting my Diet Pepsi and
He
my
doesn't like diet. He doesn't like McDonald's. And he drinks Pepsi. Is that right?
Pepsi and Dr. Peppers.
But no Coke. Coke's so much better. But whatever. We don't agree with much.
Oh, you mean
Like
better
the
than?
number of cylinders.
Yeah.
Okay.
He likes half motors. So
He
anyway,
needs double cylinders.
we could put two of these things together. And
Yeah, I have seen that before.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. They actually sound really good too. Okay, so he makes the cylinders. He makes a heads valve train. Is that you
Valve
make your
train,
valve?
I took a lot of things off the shelf. You cannot reinvent it, cannot make better. It's the best stuff, and the valves are Exeldyne. You cannot make them better. The rockers are Jessel. You probably cannot make it
Yeah,
better,
what's the point?
and it makes no sense.
But I don't know about you. You very well. might
I
have
could
made
make
it.
them out of titanium, but does it make sense?
Look
No.
here. So look at his bell crank here. It's not just machined out of something.
Something
It's-
titanium.
Yeah, it's titanium, but look, it's bridged. It's very light. You could. Is it machined?
It's machined, yeah.
Okay,
all
so
machined.
it was
And-
one piece.
And inside is a ball bearing and a spring, and this is hollow and has a change in wall thickness.
So he saved the weight by cutting the center of it out. So it's like a truss. It's very, very lightweight. Very crazy. So there's a lot of stuff on here. I'm curious about the cylinders. Those your Nitrous cylinders? Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. Nitrous Express.
Let me tell you one side story which you cannot see on the first look. We found out on the wet flow bench at Reher-Morrison that it is a big advantage if we tilt the two throttle blades, but then there's a big problem that I have to join them with a leveler.
Yeah.
And you see
so
that
you got like a
this is a spring titanium leveler which copes the misalignment.
so that's actually flexing.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys see what he's talking about? Let me show you. Can I see it from this side?
No, it's
So-
better from the inside. It's better from the inside. Film this one. Let's move around.
So because the butterflies are not straight in line with each other, see how that the piece here that's tying the two shafts together between the throttle bodies, it's actually flexing because it's titanium, and he's made it where it will flex for the misalignment of the shafts. Very tricky. So what I was thinking would be like a universal joint off of
Yeah.
a ratchet where
But this is
but
without-
that's too heavy.
Too heavy, and there's no slack at all in it because it's flexing.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
a
no
universal
joint.
joint
There's no
could
joint.
have a little. could
You
have-
like that design?
Yeah, very cool. That's your own design. Titanium. It actually is it. I don't know which way it's. Is it spreading out? It would
No,
be.
we made these levelers and then we make it thinner to the point where they start flexing really easy because it acts like a spring plate.
And I can tell by his movements and the sound, there is zero slop in anything.
And these are all aluminum pieces. Inside they are lined with Kevlar, that they have no slag, and this is titanium.
What's the 14 stamp in the top?
It's funny because there are two different. This is for cylinder 1 and 4, and 23 is for
wow.
cylinder 2 and 3 because they're opposites.
So this goes over there and vice versa. Very tricky, Ricky.
Thank you.
And that's the actual coil on top of the plug
Yeah.
right there? Look
That's
at
that's a factory part from the Audi TSFI.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
NGK.
Yeah, but you can. These are really proved. The fuel tech guys had to make like over 200 horsepower per cylinder with it easily.
Look at these little bitty guys, little coils, and this is actually stock.
This one.
So he has to be like show off. That's pretty cool. I might use that in something now that I know. It's an
Funniest
Audi
thing,
It's a Volkswagen part.
It's Volkswagen part. It's NGK, and they are super cheap. This is like 26 a piece.
part. Wow. So it actually has a lot of power though.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's inspired from the motorcycles to keep everything from the energy really close to the spark plug. So basically, the coil is nearly around the spark plug and everything. And this is basically the amplifier. And so you have 4 wires.
Okay. So this is the coil here.
Yeah.
And that's just an amplifier.
Yeah.
That's why the amplifier is so small. I'm looking at that thinking, how can that be very powerful? But it's wrapped around the core of that. What's the green? Is that grease?
Yeah, to keep it a little bit. It comes from factory like that, so you can take it off easily. Like, blob. Basically, it's the blob stuff.
It's the block stop.
I guess so.
So you're seeing all the off. What do
The
you call
shelf, off the shelf.
it? It's no. That's the only off the shelf part on this car, I think. Well,
Not
no,
the-
I see.
No,
I see
not the only. The connector is off the shelf too.
I see a rattler balancer there, dampener.
It's not a Rattler, it's a ATI.
Isn't that, aren't they the ones that make the rattler?
No, it's a rubber.
Okay, so it's an elastomer dampener. I'm surprised you didn't make something fluid hydrodynamic.
The Rattler is a clever design, and I was thinking of making them myself and making the rattling piece out of the old tooling bit out of tungsten because it's so heavy, and I have access to that from the 15 axis. You know, they produce a lot of 15 tools, and
Yeah.
just cutting these heavy tungsten drill bits.
But you have no reason to do it.
Yeah, because it's working, it's biting you. Because I guess the Chevy is getting a little bit jealous of the nice little Volkswagen.
So
You think so?
my biggest problem is 5 seconds just doesn't turn me on anymore.
You want to run slower like this?
We'll give you half of the half track.
It's not half. It's half of the cylinder. It's half of the,
We'll give you half of it. So give you the back tire.
That
We'll
is-
give you half of the half track.
half of the cylinder doesn't mean half of the fun. I can guarantee.
Here's the problem. So the Volkswagen world.
Okay, please say here's the point.
Here's the
Point,
point, Stu.
problem.
Here's the problem.
Here's the point. I get. I
this is-
like that.
Okay, go with the problem.
Okay, so here's the deal.
That worked.
Deal.
It's hard to be like me. I'm very open-minded. Look, I'll prove it. There is a 5-speed aluminum truck transmission that I'm really proud of. Here's a mega expensive Turbo 400 that I'm really proud of. So what I'm saying, the point I'm trying to make is I'm very diverse. There's a Honda mini bike. There's a friggin' old Vortec 350. I like it all. I like 5, but this guy, my vision is like this. I can see over here.
Just to show you that I'm not narrow-minded, I started with the same Honda engine. Just to show you not being narrow-minded.
But when it comes to race cars, he cares nothing about this stuff. He only his whole world is about going the fastest he can go in a Volkswagen, even though that's slow in our world. Alex went faster than this when she was 16, but to him,
It is pretty cool.
yeah, and not in a Volkswagen. So see, I appreciate that.
I've heard rumors that she's running a Volkswagen.
She does have a Volkswagen, and see, that's what I'm saying.
there's
We're
something-
very
something-
wide.
Yeah.
We love it all. That's old 1957 Chrysler Hemi.
So I can show you that I'm not narrow-minded. My tow car is a Chevy.
You rented that.
I got it for towing this.
You rented it.
I did not rent
You
it.
didn't rent it. You bought it.
No, I did not buy it. I got it from a friend to tow it over here and back.
But he compared to me, he's very narrow-minded. But
No, I have a Honda, I have a Chevy tow truck, and I have a Volkswagen. Same than you.
okay, back to the good stuff. So these springs back here are what?
650, I write on it?
650 pounds. Look at the difference in that diameter. That's a heavy-duty spring, and the fronts are what?
45.
45 pounds. You saw that because I lifted them. There's no spring to them. That's like the valve spring in a Honda 70
No,
over there.
valve spring are like that. Oh, in a Honda. Just check it to feel how light it is.
Yep. We don't have that luxury. We use two of the bigger ones to jack that car up, and it's like pretty much all.
For me, it makes no sense. If it's a heavy car, it needs a lot of power. It's easier to make a light car, it doesn't need that much power.
But this car weighs about what our motor weighs.
Aluminum like that.
Did you make those?
No, Porsche. OEM Porsche.
Good lightweight. So you made the wheel.
centers, yeah.
They're almost no offset. You've got like 1.5 inch
You
offset.
know why? Because the disc is already outside the rim. They have big discs, big rotors.
Oh yeah, because they won't fit inside.
And I did not make the rotor. The rotor is factory from Aprilia motorcycle, and the calipers are Brembo, factory from Ducati Panigale. Let me take it off, then you can see it.
Here, you want a video?
So you're going to remove the caliper there so we can slide that rotor and hat off, because there's some really good stuff underneath there.
See that? That's the rollers. Oh, that's the caliper.
Little Brembo calipers.
And they are. This is a monoblock, so it's not screwed together. It's
Oh,
one
yeah.
piece.
It's all die cast, isn't it?
Precision cast. So the pistons are definitely the holes for the pistons and for the seals. It's not cut. It's precision casted.
Really? Because I hadn't thought about that.
You
So-
cannot cut this. How
Yeah,
can-
right. So you couldn't get a tooling in there. So it's precision cast. So
And-
it's smooth enough, the bore's smooth enough to seal even
like.
cast.
And I think Brembo knows what they are doing.
Oh, I think so. Probably have a clue. So that's oh, nice. So again, I would make that. I have no problem making that, but I would never take the time to lighten it like he's got it
And
here.
this is not lightened. It was designed to keep the flow of the force to the best from the bolt to this bolt. And we just designed this with finite elemente to get the most strength with the less materials or weight.
So it's not just me. I take a block of aluminum and I take away everything that doesn't look like a hat. He's finite element analyzing, FIA, to get the most strength with the lightest weight, and he knows what it is before he ever puts it in the mill.
Yes.
So that's an amazing piece. Set that on the scale over there.
3.1.
3.1 pounds for the whole rotor and hat.
And let me show the size. It's
12 inch.
12 inch, which is big.
That's big. Yep. That's a big rotor.
That's the thing. The bigger you go, the lighter you can make it.
Yep, that's the deal. So, and the whole thing is built this way. But so, this is titanium.
Yeah. This is hollow titanium. These are titanium. And I built this at home. I made a jig where I welded it, built it. And then after everything was welded, I made these inserts to align them and make the final weld that there's no distortion, so that this doesn't fit.
It just slides right on. There's no variance in that. Well, it would, except
No,
for
it
filming.
does.
She just hasn't seen who.
Okay,
did
so
it.
these are basically 40 spline gun drilled axles.
I get them made from Mark Williams. I just added some of my design. And these bolts, I made them myself. They have a 5/16
Yeah.
thread, and I welded on a nut with a spline drive, so I can screw it in from the back. And this is just a metric thread like the Porsches have, like M14 by 1.5.
Okay, so it's a 5/8 stud on both ends? Is this 5/8 out here?
This
Just
is
on the-
metric and this is 5/8.
5/8.
And this was a start-time machine just with metric and 5/8, and then I welded on a nut,
A nut, I
so
get
that I
it.
can put it in that the thread goes all to the head.
And you made that nut?
Yeah.
And is it a special socket that
No,
you
it's
made?
a spline drive.
I don't know what a spline drive is.
Spline drive is like 12 point, but it's spline and not points.
Okay, so why would you do that?
Because Boeing invented this, and you can transfer more torque
to
by
it.
spline
How
than
tight is the friggin' thing?
No,
You
but
torque it?
it's just better, and you can make a smaller head, and it's lighter.
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 You get the point here that everything is, this guy just splits every hair. I would never do that. I would, well, I
That's
appreciate
why you end up with a
welded it.
heavy car.
Yeah, but I don't care. I make
Yeah,
more
but
power.
that's-
We turn the boost up.
I have
It
no
all
clue.
gets the same job done. We go faster by a long ways.
Don't mention that always.
We go a lot faster. We're heavier. Who cares? I don't care if it weighs 3 tons as long as it goes fast. So for him, this is a stud that he made out of titanium. He made this silly little nut that he welded. You can't see it, but there's a weld back here. So when he tightens it down, that 12 splines, 12 splines will transfer the torque, which I dig. I mean, because a 12-point nut would do the same thing, but hell, that wouldn't be nearly fancy enough. So this 12-point
We leave it like
nut
that.
here, yeah. Are those titanium?
Yes.
Those are just off-the-shelf aircraft.
No, I made them myself, the bolts, because they are hollow inside.
You remade them. You took a bolt from an airplane.
No,
and
no,
remade it.
that's solid.
You cut that out of a bar. Why would you do that?
Not I did it. It was the 15 axles machine. The machine's getting
almost
boring.
annoying.
The machine's getting boring in night.
It needs something really dumb to waste its time on.
Yes.
Okay, so
To keep them running, because if they cool down in night, we have to keep them running in the morning to get warm enough to get precision. So we keep them
they're like
running in
people.
night.
You just keep them going all the
yeah,
time.
with fancy stuff.
Yeah. So now this is all titanium,
Yes.
and the bearings are those like a traditional 9-inch Ford
Yeah,
bearing?
yeah, yeah.
And is there 2 of them in here?
No, there's one
Just
bearing
one?
in it. There's one bearing and a nut in it. Look into
Yeah.
that.
So Mark Williams made if you look, it's an axle shaft. You know, Mark Williams 40 spline axle shaft with his own metric. Is that a metric bolt pattern?
Metric bolt pattern.
So it's
basically,
not-
it's Porsche bolt pattern.
Okay, so yeah, I know. So I used to know what that was, but I can't say it
It's
anymore.
the same as the Beetle, but it's 5.
Right. So a 4-lug Beetle is the same bolt pattern as a 5-lug Porsche.
What we do on the Beetle, we take the 4 and just drill another 4.
I've got an adapter that I made 40 years ago for that. I bolted onto the 4-lug
So it's
drum
basically
and then
it's
drill it.
5 by 130 millimeters.
130. I couldn't remember.
That's 5 something.
Anyway, he didn't want a Chevy bolt pattern or whatever, so he made his own wheel centers, and he's got the Porsche bolt pattern, which on a 4-lug Volkswagen, like I've got out back, it's the same bolt circle as this 5-lug. What we used to do before there was so much stuff, we would take a drum, a Volkswagen drum or rotor, and I had an adapter made out of billet. It had drill bushings in it. We'd bolt it on with 2 lug nuts and then drill the other 3 and thread them, and you'd have a 5-lug Porsche bolt wheel pattern, which was pretty cool. But of course, he does it better. He used a Mark Williams axle, and then back here, Mark Williams. This would have a bearing that's pressed on. Is that bearing pressed on?
Pressed in, and it's.
And then you got a
the
nut
axle
to
is a nut,
tighten
yeah.
it up. So he's got a titanium nut. So dissimilar metals. Dissimilar metals. You got a steel axle with a titanium nut.
Which fits.
Yeah, but it's dissimilar metals.
Yeah, because you know titanium on titanium tends to gel, and you have to coat it. And
Will titanium on steel not do that same thing?
No.
So it doesn't get some kind of goofy electrolysis in there
Yeah,
that
yeah.
messes the threads up? It does?
no, titanium on titanium is a little bit nasty. You should avoid this on high load and high torque setting. Having titanium.
Like
threads
this is titanium on titanium?
No, that's steel
That's
on
steel?
titanium. Yeah, it's
So you don't
titanium.
ever put a titanium nut on a titanium bolt?
only on applications where there's no high torque on it.
Okay. So anyway, he made a titanium spline drive. Is that right?
No, the nut is titanium spline drive.
Okay. And so he threaded the axle. He had Mark Williams make that shoulder that the bearing presses on a little bit longer, and he put it in his 15-axis mill and made.
Basically, it was made on the lathe.
is made on the lathe. Did you actually turn knobs?
On that, yeah, basically that was made on my hand lathe.
He made it like I would.
Yeah, on the hand lathe.
And he threaded that and then made that nut. So it's not just pressed on bearing, which, you know, most people would cut a snap ring groove in there and put a snap ring in it.
Mark Williams doesn't like, and I do not like, snap ring grooves. A groove in an axle, I hate it.
Is a place for it to break.
I hate it by design.
Well, so instead you got 40 grooves.
Yeah, but these grooves, if you look at it, it's very fine groove, so it's a big number. Yeah.
Are they V'd or are they rounded in the bottom?
They are like the fittings. It's called, it's not an, we call it, if a thread has a J in it, it has round roots.
And that's what this has.
Yes.
So it's not ever a snap ring groove that would be a square cut would be basically the beginning of a fracture. So anytime, like if you get a fracture in that pipe and you want to stop it, you drill a round hole, right? So his threads, he wouldn't just cut a typical 60 degree or whatever it is. It's got a round root in it.
It has a round root, and it's a very fine thread, so it's just, by diameter, it's just 0.5 millimeter on each side. So you could not make a groove with just 0.5 millimeter, it would not hold.
So,
but as you're told, the 40 grooves will hold it.
Yeah, I get it. So it's just really, do you torque those down or you just give it a
The torque
give it a
setting is
whack
on,
with
no, the
it?
torque setting is on the nut.
How did you know what torque to make it?
With a torque wrench?
No, how do you know? Is that a standard diameter? as
Yeah,
call it?
you could go.
You can
you
look
could-
it up and get the torque setting.
Give me your rag. You can go fancy, but I just write everything on it. See that?
No, I'm saying, how did you know what the torque should
I
be
know.
off of that nut? Because
Just
your nut is homemade.
Yep.
It's a certain width. And
I can calculate how much it can be, and then I think what makes sense on the press fit on the bearing, and then I just think what torque makes sense.
So if
not fancy.
I was doing it, I'd put my custom wrench on there, and I'd take a rubber hammer and I'd hit it 2 times.
I don't hit my car.
You have
It's not a Chevy.
torque.
It's not a Chevy.
You figured out exactly how much torque that nut needs.
And not exactly what makes sense in my opinion.
Register is out here rather than in here.
And it looks a little bit smoother.
Have you ever had to change the rotors?
Yeah, once. In 10 years. That's fair. That's more than fair enough.
Good enough for me. So look at all this baby bottle stuff. So he's totally against turbos, but he really likes his spray. So he's got fuel and nitrous here. But he really doesn't run nitrous much, right?
I did not run with that engine nitrous, but what we did on Reher-Morrison's wet flow bench, we measured and looked up. We put, instead of the nitro fogger, we put a ball in it, and then we swiveled the fogger around and looked where to point the inertia of the nitros to get the most flow increase, to point it at the short side radius to cope the lag of flow and increase. We just were looking about the increase of flow.
So I see that you didn't machine that in a throttle body. You made an adapter that screws into the throttle body to correct
This
the angle.
Yeah.
So he's machined the receiver here, or the whatever, the boss in the throttle body, but then perfected the angle of the nitrous in the nozzles by making this offset.
That's why there's a
offset.
point on it that you see where the offset goes.
Yeah, so it's offset and it's also angled oddly, but they calculated that out on the wet flow bench to where the nitrous and the fuel would be the most optimized for flowing into that
Just
head.
for the flow number.
Yeah.
Just not, and the thing is, what happened, we started with the injectors up here. This was the fuel injector, not the nitrous. And then we moved them up and found some power. And then we used this for the nitrous.
I can't wait to see those things. So what are these injectors?
These are basically injectors like 1600 cc, like 160 pounds.
Okay.
Injectors, so not that big because it's just an NA engine.
So they're an OE?
OE, yeah. It's not OE, it's called FIFO Motorsports. They call it OPS. I think it's a modified OEM injector.
Wow, it's very small.
Yeah.
And then you built this
Yeah.
tree, I assume, with a regulator built into it.
It's not a regulator, that's a fuel damper. It has
Okay.
no regulator.
So no
This is
pulsing.
This is dead end just to keep the pulsing
Okay.
lower, because it's the line and the rail is not that big, so the damper
absorb.
helps a lot.
So-
Otherwise, I had to build like a dash 10, and I
get
don't
it.
like this big stuff.
On my car, I build my fuel rails and they're very large. And
Which
the
makes
whole
absolute
idea-
sense because you have no dampers.
Yeah, there's no damper. So fuel pulsates. This is an electric pump, I assume. So as it's pulsing, you're going to get that effect in your fuel that's being delivered. So this, because these are very small rails, that's a, I don't know what
3/8?
millimeter.
3/8?
It's 3/8 diameter OD, but inside.
yeah.
So very small, 5/16 or something in ID. So he's got this little diaphragm here as it's pulsing. This diaphragm, is there a spring up here?
Yep.
So it's absorbing that shock from the fuel pump as it pulses.
The funny thing is you can even see if you take out the spring or if you block the spring, you need bigger duty cycle to get the same amount of fuel. So
Wow.
looks like it works.
Works, yeah, obviously works. That's a quick disconnect.
Take it off. It's very easy. Just grab it with one hand and spill the fuel on your floor.
Nice. And that's all tie?
Yep.
Everything's titanium and carbon fiber.
Yep.
Is that carbon fiber?
Yeah, that's carbon fiber.
Man, that's thick, solid. He doesn't do anything half-assed. It should be half-assed racing.
It's just half the cylinders, not half ass.
That's what it should be called. Half-assed racing. You race half track with half the cylinders and a third the weight to go a lot slower, we might add. A lot slower. But it's fast for a Volkswagen.
I think I will quit this now.
We're changing the subject.
I have to. But then it's very easy. The opposite side is exactly the same.
It's exactly the same.
You don't
We're
have
not
to
gonna take
explain it
this one
again.
apart. Yeah.
No
So
need.
I'm
No need.
thinking about what we've touched on. Did you make the crankshaft?
No,
Did you make the
crankshaft
rods?
right now is a billet crankshaft from SCAD. They made it to my specifications. So basically, it's a Volkswagen crankshaft, but the main bearings is the size of the LS. So it's bigger main bearings to have more overlap, to have more rigid crankshaft. But as it looks like SCAD is more or less out of business, the new cranks are made by Marine Crankshaft.
So it's an LS bearing?
Yes.
Is the thrust in the center or the middle?
No.
Or the rear?
It has to be on the clutch because it makes no sense.
You wouldn't have any way to
No,
adjust it in the center
it's
anyway.
stupid in the center because you always try to compress the crank by pushing the clutch. That makes no sense. It has to be at
Yeah,
the
you
clutch.
would be flexing
Yeah,
the crank.
that's stupid.
So
Well, it would be stupid.
I saw you whip this out on one of your posts, and you had a giant torque wrench. I saw. Is it still a single nut in the middle of the crank?
No. That's for adjusting the breakaway torque of the clutch.
Oh, so you're figuring out the clutch setting.
Yes.
So it's got a 5-bolt, 6-bolt,
Eight
bolt on
bolt.
8 bolt, 8 bolts. Nobody had. Hemis don't have 8 bolts.
Because they have no power.
Sorry.
There's no power. in
They
it.
need turbos to make power and blowers. They need blowers to make power.
You know how much this thing would make with a blower? We should put a blower on top of it. So a
Then
harsh charger or
Will
something.
not happen.
I know, he's so NA. NA guys annoy the out of me. They're so stuck on NA and RPM. I like a big lumbering, torquey motor. I like a
the
locomotive,
blown guys ignore physics.
but we go fast. We do. We tell physics, hit the door on the way out, but we go really fast with our inefficient blowers.
Dennis, I think we should quit doing that stuff and just getting comedians.
But the problem is you're not funny.
So, okay, continue being funny.
And to be honest,
Just, Dennis, be funny.
I'm trying
Come on,
to blow
be
your
funny.
car up and I'm trying to show how genius you are.
Okay,
But geniuses are never known to be funny.
you know, it's a fine.
Actually, you know what? Einstein
It's a
Einstein
fine-
was very funny.
yeah,
I wasn't
true.
there.
I'm similar to him.
Yeah, you are.
No,
Except-
no, the thing is, there's a fine line, not being genius and
It's
funny, it's not
insanity.
insanity. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right. So this is 020.
It's Inconel.
It is Inconel.
It's 022, and just the steps over here. The steps are like, let me calculate. They're like 028.
This right here.
Yeah, just a step.
So
no,
you
no, no, no,
weld
no,
it-
no, no. This step. See that? It's a stepped header.
Oh, I see,
You
okay.
see a welding seam over here, and over here, and just this tiny step, as it is prone to crack, just a step is thicker material.
So that's
press
welded
step.
together.
Yeah, and these welding seams, they are not grinded, they are hammered to size. So every welding seam is done and then it's hammered to size to release the stress of welding and to get back some strength of the material.
Are you guys listening to this?
We are.
I think I got a word for him, but I can't say it because it's not politically correct. But that's just I can't say that word. No, it's an R word.
It starts with R.
But it's like a mentally handicapped thing. So why did you machine this out
No,
of a piece
it's
of solid?
pressed. The thing is, the whole exhaust what you see is made out of Inconel 625 sheet metal. So it's not a tubing. We rolled it and welded it, and the bands we made a die like a donut, and we donut pressed it and welded it together. And every welding seam is hammered by hand to size.
So incidentally, this exhaust, if you paid for it, would probably be $25,000-$30,000. $20,000. So it's art. Look at this, people. Now it's blowing my mind. Look at the welds. See, you can barely see that, but he's telling me that once they welded that, they hammered it. You put an anvil inside and you hammered it on the outside.
We have a caliper, we put it on, we hammer it to size, inside and outside.
And that's for strength, because Inconel would crack.
Release the from welding.
Yeah, the stress. You're taking the stress off.
To release the stress and get back some strength.
That's unfriggin' that might be my favorite part of the car now that I know this. Inconel, but he didn't buy these bins.
Because you cannot buy tubing or bands out of 625.
So you rolled it
Yes.
into a tube,
Yeah.
and then you made a mandrel.
Yeah.
You mandrel bent it.
No, it's not bent. We made a donut press, a die which looks like a donut.
Okay.
And then we take the sheet metal under the press, we press out two halves. And weld these two
Oh, okay.
halves
So
together.
it's split.
Yeah,
I see the split right here. So it's split on both sides.
Yep.
So this was made out of sheet metal into a die, into half of this pipe, and then they took the other half and they welded it together to get the angle of the bends that they wanted.
If you say these are two halves and they're butt welded, basically this is half-ass.
Yeah, it is half-assed. But you can't even see. So that length right there was hammer welded as well. You're insane. So this is why I wanted you guys to see this, because this guy's not normal. He's not from the same world that we're from. It just blows my mind. How many you would never even guess the hours that you've got in this car?
I know approximately, right now it's like 11,500 hours.
That seems low to me. I mean, is that from inception, from the very first rendition? Because a lot of that
without any racing and repair and maintenance, it's just a development.
Okay, so let's think about 11,000 hours.
5 hours.
Times whatever you get, like $200 an hour. Do the math.
No, 100.
$100 an hour. 11,000 hours. That's
It's
110,000. That's not possible. It's more than that.
This
Is that right? Is that,
1.1 million.
That's 1.1
okay,
million.
okay, I'm a decimal or two off. $1.5 million, 1.2 million in labor.
If you calculate $100 an hour.
But cleaning parts is not $100 an hour.
It is if that boy's doing it. He charges the same for brain surgery as he does for cleaning outhouses.
I would prefer not to get a brain surgery.
1.2 million. Okay, come here. We got to look at this. No, actually, I'm sorry. Go around the other side. I'll edit that out. You want to see more ridiculousness? Look at the shifter. Look at this. I'm not going to move anything, but look at it. Would you just look at that? So, this shifter, is this titanium or aluminum?
Yes, sir.
You got to come talk about
Yes
this.
and no,
thing.
sir. Everything that is golden is anodized aluminum. Everything that is the gray color is like titanium.
And this is all machined on your
It's all
15
machined.
axis.
It's 3 5-axis.
So can we, this is air. There's no way to activate this for us, is there?
You can put it by hand, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or you can shift with these two airports.
Look, so watch right here. See this
It's a vertical
ladder?
gate. That's a
And I can just pull back, right? So it goes back into that notch. It moved this rod, I think.
And this rod is a carbon fiber rod, which weighs just 65 grams.
65 grams. Okay, now watch when I go forward. So it drops
doesn't go
down.
in gear. It does not go in gear because it's
Yeah, it's got to be rocked or something. But whatever, we're on a jack. So it would drop down just a little bit further. So there was first, second, third, right? Now when we go back, we're in fourth. And then we go forward again, we're in fifth. Now what happened here?
The thing is, as this is a Porsche gearbox, the fifth gear in the reverse is on one shift rod.
Okay.
So this is basically the reverse. And if you put it in fifths, the reverse moves it because it's the same shift rod. And if you're going in reverse, you have to pull this trigger, go into reverse, and when you go in first, the reverse is taken out again.
It dropped out. I didn't watch. I was watching that. So when you were in reverse and you put it in first, it dropped out.
Go into third?
Okay. So it took it out of reverse and put it in the first.
Because you know, on that Liberty style, you could be in first and reverse the same time.
Okay.
And that's why I built this in here, that this is
Second, third, fourth, fifth. But look how that's incredibly smooth and incredibly lightweight. Look at this truss design in this billet aluminum handle.
And even if you see that and that's tubing, but the ends are closed, it's hollow inside.
Nice. So to get back to first, you pull this up
Yeah.
and you just ratchet through it again
Yeah.
and then let up. Did you have to let up on that?
No.
I just wasn't
slow
holding it tight enough.
From second to first, you have to be a little bit slower, otherwise it goes down because it's built. As soon as you put force on it, it tends to go down. So you have, from second to first, you have to be gentle, otherwise it pulls down. Because the faster you shift, the more it pulls into the third.
That's coming back up. That's coming from fifth to first. If you're going more first to fifth, it's just wide open whamming. So look at the pedals here. They're also titanium, hollow tubing, right?
Yes, sir.
Hollow tubing and very
Wedge tubing. If you look at that tubing, the funny thing is, you know, the throttle pedal is made out of tubing, and the funny thing is, the two pedals, the clutch and the brake, are basically made out of bicycle front tubing. Because
Oh,
this
is that what
wedge.
that is right there?
Yeah, that's from a bicycle.
It's a titanium
Yeah,
fork.
yeah, yeah.
But anyway, so that's pretty much a tour of this. Is okay. Tell me
Did
what
you mention the gearbox?
what is this pedigree? Is it the world's fastest NA Volkswagen?
Yes, by far. Because the next, my car ran in the quarter mile 862, and the next faster one is 935.
930s.
Yeah.
When was that set though? That was
Like
set in
a-
the 70s or something.
No. Like a few years ago.
The Schley brothers went 10 in 1969 or
No,
something.
they went 11 in 1969.
When did they go 10?
10, they went in the 80s. It was Dean Laurie. I
Okay,
guess.
so to get from 10s to 8, it took like 30 years or something to go a couple seconds faster.
Yep.
Anyway, it's the world's fastest by far NA Volkswagen. 3-0.
Yeah, it's basically C0. So it's 2977, which is 30.
Okay. 102 by 90.
102.6 by 90,
90.
which is 181 cubic inch.
181 cubic inch, 400 horsepower.
440, so 439.4.
440 NA. It is very good, and it's a boxer. It's an antique. When did Ferdinand develop this motor? 1939.
Yeah, certain. No, 1939. No, the same. 1938. The first Volkswagen were running, so it was invented in 1930s something.
6.
Six.
Ferdinand Porsche probably developed this boxer engine. 37, 36. Who knows? You guys probably know more than we do. Maybe not more than this guy, but anyway, I love early Volkswagens. That's my thing. Obviously, the oval window is second place. Split window would be number one. Can you give me a split window?
Yeah.
What would it take?
For
Like $1 million?
no. For we just yesterday I was we close to be finished a split window for a buddy of mine with a street car with a turbo engine.
I don't want that. I want a body that I can build.
A solid body without any engine, gearbox, and you want to have it for street. You care about the
Yeah.
you care about the matching number? No.
No.
So without the engine and the gearbox, it would be like a solid body, like starting at 20 something, 22, 25. You get really solid bodies. It's expensive.
That's not an option. If you came over here and you wanted a 55 Chevrolet, I'd help you out. I'd find you one reasonable. I want to spend $2,200.
No, that's.
Yes, you're from the land of Ferdinand. You should be able
I know.
to get
You
me a car.
have to pay for the ovals, like 8 to 12 for a solid body. That's what everybody wants to have, an early one. Especially a friend of mine recently sold a split, which is an early split, like a 46. He sold it for $255,000.
Yeah, that's stupid. I don't want one that bad. Anyway, this transmission here, let's talk a little bit about the transaxle before we conclude this. Because the weak link in any Volkswagen is that thing right there.
Yeah, but it's so stupid simple.
Yeah,
it's
is.
like a power glide. It's so stupid simple, and it still works.
But that's not this one. This
No.
is a Porsche what?
It's a Porsche G50, which is basically the biggest and strongest from the air-cooled area. But I started with a small Porsche gearbox with a 901 5-speed, which has its limitations. And when I reached the limitations, I was only maintaining the gearbox, which kept me from further development and kept me from being faster. And this was back those times when I was running on Nitrous, the 870. But the gearbox just with the shifts, and it just kept
It
me
was
from,
just slow to shift. Is that what the problem was?
yeah, I had to clutch it, and to be sure to have the gear engaged, I have to clutch it, shift, wait. So if you shift 3 times and wait like half a second,
you're
that
losing
doesn't
time.
make it feels so slow. And then I said I have to build a gearbox that allows to make further development. And this was the point when I started this project. And the project always started that I wanted to have a shift, like a seamless shift, like a Liberty. And then I was talking with Greg Liberty at the PRI show, and he said he can make me a full stack of this gears fit this gearbox, but it is quite different, and so the communication was difficult, and they lost just interest in making this special custom parts. And ending up, I did all the gears and the shift mechanism, and I just got the sliders from Liberty.
You made the actual gear.
Yes.
It's a straight cut gear then.
Straight cut gear made out of tool steel.
And it's got a welded on dog ring. It's all machined in.
All machined in.
But it's still a
You know,
dog.
this, one of these 15 axle.
Yeah. So, but it's a dog engagement. It's got like
It's
this.
a dog engagement with 5 dogs, like the Liberty Extreme, but bigger because there's enough space in the Porsche gearbox. And these dogs have the load side and the thrust
So
side.
when
is
you
a ram.
lift it, it kicks
bumps
it out of
out
gear.
of pops out of gear. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the disadvantage. So never lift. Pedal it. It's okay. Do not lift. Big sticker on the dashboard. Do not lift.
You can pedal. You can get off.
You can
of it just
you
a
can
little
you
bit.
can pedal, but you have to have at least some load on the engine. Never lift. Pedal is okay, not lifting.
Okay, that makes sense. And there's no 1-to-1 ratio in here. 5th and 6th are both overdrive.
Fourth and fifth. Fourth and fifth.
4th and 5th. So 4th is underdrive still, or is it overdrive as well?
No, it both are under.
They're both underdrive.
Yeah.
Okay, so it never makes it to 1-to-1.
No.
Okay. And then we're talking like a 430 ring and pinion, you said?
No, this is a 4.0.
4.0.
It had a 340, and now it's a 4.0 because now I'm running NA and need more a shorter ratio on the line, because the 340 was always designed for Nitrous. This is a tall first
Get
gear.
a little bit, yeah, a little extra horsepower there. So you're going through at 9,500, you said?
The engine made most horsepower at 9,150. So basically, most of the runs I do the shift at 9,000 because I don't want to overstress the engine. And just if I need all the power, or if it's really tough competition,
You
then
can.
I increase the shift point to 9.2.
Okay.
Right.
This stuff is basically born and bred in California during my time.
I
the
agree.
60s and 70s.
I agree.
The Schley brothers and Impey and all the cool stuff. Gene Berg, everybody that was anybody was in California. Now Mexxspeed is in Austria. he's obviously the baddest of bad.
Now he's basically in Arkansas.
Yeah, he's in Arkansas right now.
Just want to mention it, pointing out.
But I would go to Orange County for the bug-ins, and I went for multiple years, and I fell in love with Volkswagens. It was just is this as cool as a 55 Chevy? We'll see if we can get out here and do a little launch in the street, because it's Arkansas. We can do that thing.
Okay, that's cool.
In
We can't
Austria,
do that.
You
We
can't
do
even
that.
start it in Austria.
No, nope.
His neighbors would complain and call the police, and they would be at his door before it got warmed up.
Before you even started.
I think
Before
a
it
good
even
addition would be if you tell the people how do you test your transmission stuff in your garage, because you can't start it.
This is the funniest. I have a video made from this. When all this transmission development was done, it should work, but we didn't know, and I didn't want to put all the motor in, go to the track and test it, because
What if it didn't work? It's a long
and
way.
then I put an electric motor on it
That's what I figured he was going
and tried to shift it, and then I tried to make the software making it shift, and then I see where the difficulties are, and I had to. It took me some years.
So
to
you made a
develop it.
dyno. Did you put brakes on
No,
it and
no,
actually
no.
load it?
Basically, it was just on checks, and just the wheels were off, but just going through the RPM, because I had an electric motor and a box where I can change the speed, and then I told the software to read the speed of the gearbox and shift at the right points, and just to simulate a run.
Did it just work right off the bat,
No,
or did you have
it took
to-
3
So
years.
that was the dog ring development, or what?
Basically, it's a little bit weird design, because I have shift rods and I have the shift forks on the rods, and usually you have one shift fork which shifts, like I say, first and second gear, and I have two shift rods with two separate sliders, one for the first that goes in, and the shift fork is not attached to the rod, it's on a spring, so you can put it in, put in the second gear, and they move on it, and then they jump out. And so what is important, that the springs are not too strong, otherwise they would pop out, but it turned out if they are too soft, just the inertia of the acceleration pops in the second gear, and I had always the problem when I really launched hard on the first gear, it shifted automatically to the second gear, it was just the inertia.
Because the spring was too stiff?
too soft. The
Too
spring
soft.
was too soft, and it popped in the second gear just by the inertia.
So when you're moving the shift rod back and forth, you're stretching a spring.
Yes.
And then it slams that
Yes.
into gear.
So
And
this has to be adjusted, and all the time you have to pull the gearbox, disassemble the gearbox, measure the
That's a lot
springs
of
on the
work.
scale, and you have no real measurements, and you have just to try and error.
and therefore it's $1.2 million in labor, because that's a lot of R&D. And
And then coming home to my wife, I had bloody knees for spending the nights in the
I can
garage.
imagine. This loads, the transmission loads in the front like a Volkswagen transaxle does. And does it have two side covers on it for the differential?
One side cover, the Porsche is on the one side cover, and it's 3-piece. So it's 3 pieces and one side cover.
Nice. And that's a spool, obviously. That's something you made.
Yeah.
Chromoly spool.
No,
titanium.
aluminum.
Aluminum.
It's not a Chevy. Just.
You guys can
But
read
we
my
stop over
mind.
here right now.
Yeah, you can read my mind. Insert some colorful language right here.
Yeah. I have to apologize for my humble English.
We'll see you in the morning.
That shifter's like $30,000
Everything looks like $1 billion. So.
and it goes eights.
No, Dennis, we agreed yesterday that it goes 5, 6,
It goes fives at 204.
but that's kilometers an hour in the eights. And that's a running gag.
I think I'm nervous. I think I
I
was.
wonder, I wonder why.
I thought I was just watching.
These are my booster seats from Motor Trend.
I've looked your car over really close.
Well, I don't know if I get pucker.
Good. These are my Motor Trend pads for car seat. Because I'm too short.
Maybe the car's too large.
Maybe. I have that theory, but no one else seems to have that.
I got it in the first.
There we go. Okay.
Try the clutch. Feels comfortable.
Ish, yeah. Good enough.
Good.
Enough, yeah.
Can I put my? Is it okay if they rest right here?
Yeah. It just not step on it with the full weight.
No,
Maybe
no
it
way.
will
Okay.
bear your weight, but not mine.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay,
go
push
up.
back.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
And then back down.
but we have a big problem. Dog.
Mika, come here. Come here.
That is a
She's out of the
problem.
way. She'll move when
Yeah,
we start
she'll move.
rolling.
Speakers, get out.
Come here, Mika.
Mika, get up. You could get your hand run over.
Come on.
Get up.
Come on, right here.
Come here, Mika.
Come here.
Let's go.
I'll bring her over.
You can drive, but you will not.
Mika. Mika, come here.
Pull out.
Forward, yeah.
Mika, stay here.
Hey, maybe you do put her in the.
No, I've already asked you.
Well, I'd shoot the.
I got no response. You gotta remember, we don't have water. You want water, Mac? We don't have water and
We can. Tom Hammer Wasser. Don't put it in a ditch. I have a race on the weekend. That's the only thing
That's
I'm
the
asking
thing.
for.
Okay, don't do that. Okay, so I'm gonna start it, and it's currently in. Okay,
So if you want to go back, you have to lift this, otherwise it goes in third gear. Understand?
Yep.
So you have second gear. Hold it.
With this.
Slowly.
Okay, so that's in first. So I'll start it, and then keep walking the clutch in, and I'm gonna pull.
And you will feel as soon as you hit the throttle, the clutch will get harder, but it's already pushed. So just hold it, and then full throttle, and thump it.
Full throttle, let it pop for just a second,
Yeah, just a second. It's not aspirated.
dump the clutch,
Yeah.
and then
Hold
just
on.
go just a little bit, and
As soon as you lift, it pops out of gear, and if you brake, do not brake too hard because it tends to block the front wheel. Because it's just, you will see it.
Okay.
It's not getting that fast.
okay,
It's not crazy fast.
perfect. Okay.
Okay, we will pour some water.
Where'd you ride it before?
I broke it.
No, off the brake.
Off the brake.
Let me just try. You see, we started it up over there.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yep. Very
Okay.
cool, Mac. It was
It was a
fun.
pleasure.
Thank
I
you,
hope
man.
you enjoyed it at least like I did.
It was awesome. We'll see what you guys think about it because it is a work of art. It's slow, but it's a work of I'll edit.
Cut it out, cut.
No, it's a work of art. You can see the mad scientist here. He can't live with. I'm surprised that you didn't make your own Zeus button.
I was thinking of making them out of titanium.
Yeah.
I did already, and hex drive because I don't like the slot style.
You can buy them hex drive.
I know, but I'm not out of
You wouldn't
titanium.
make 'em. How would you broach that?
I can do this on my 15 XL.
You could broach a
No, you-
1 millimeter hex in there.
Yeah, you can. Do you ever see this wobbling tool that
Oh,
broaches
yeah,
that?
yeah.
We
You
do
got
that.
one of those?
Yeah, we have that. We have them like in Torx, in hex, in everything.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so next time it'll probably have titanium Zeus buttons on it.
That's not my main concern, but
It might. If you get
there will
bored,
be, I will never get bored. There will be some improvement. for
you
sure.
see this thing up here, it's never going to be bored because
Nope.
it's wide open throttle. It's like that's 9,000 RPM. This is at least 9,000 RPM. But that's what it takes to be a mad scientist, Doc Brown.
Yes, sir.
You know who I'm talking
Yeah, from
Okay.
Back to the Future.
Yep. So that's like Back to the Future, except 88 miles an hour.
I'm going. I'm leaving. Dennis, was a pleasure.
Thank you. So thanks for coming by. And
Ah,
it was awesome.
It was worth the trip.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was fun. And we found a new driver.
Yeah,
It's
she's
going to go what?
New driver.
0.001 faster.
no,
with the weight.
005. I guess she's much lighter than
That's
me.
probably about
You
it.
The new driver's on her way
I
over
just
here.
about hiring a new driver.
The weight reduction.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like
You know,
it's that much.
weight is much more on my car than on your car.
That's why, I mean, I guess you're gonna have
Much
to.
more important.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
So
Probably 1,100 pounds with her.
may I ask you for your weight?
130.
Oh, 130. So it could be below 1,200. With me and everything, it's 1,235. So it should be.
1,235
So it should be 1,100 something. That would be nice. 1,199. We lower the fuel a little bit, and it's 1,199.
That's a lot.
Our motor weighs that,
I
because
can't
it's
even
a long-
comprehend that.
but it's fast.
I forgot about it.
That's crazy.
There's
That's
two
wild.
ways to get there.
I hope you
Power.
enjoyed it.
I did. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Huh? I have to thank you.
It was awesome. It was cool. It was fun.
Fun.
It
It
was,
was
So
good.
I
It was
think
rad. It was
Dennis
fun
has to
stress.
start working on the Volkswagen.
Wait, you should do that when he gets time.
we'll discuss it.
Okay.
I am going to work on. I'm really excited to get my Volkswagen going, but I don't know that I'm going to make a race bug out of it.
Whenever you have any questions, I will give you my point of view.
I need that because I don't know anything about it.
I know something about
A
Volkswagen.
little bit, yeah, a little bit. Except turbo.
That's fair. You guys do you. I'm glad I wasn't here yesterday.
We talked about putting turbos in the front.
Okay.
You know, like Nick
Most people
puts
do it
turbos
because
in
if
the
you put
back.
it on the back, you already have too much weight in the back. If you,
Okay. Okay.
and
So do a
they
little-
put the
It
turbos
seemed
like
like it
over
would be
here,
an
over the
advantage.
gearbox, and go out like here.
I feel
Or up there.
like all the way to the front. Then you're gonna have a better bias or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Because ask Dennis, you can lift the car easily in the front.
Yeah,
that
it weighs
could
like
be-
60 pounds.
That could be a problem.
That's why, like in our world, we put weight in the front of the car.
I can tell you a secret. It's physics. Weight doesn't make you fast.
Horsepower does.
Yes, yes.
And we
And
overcome
traction
weight.
does. And traction does.
That's exactly right. That's why we have bigger cars with bigger tires.
That's why I was going smaller tires.
You guys have
Too
so
much traction and the motor goes.
This was going on yesterday all day long.
That's good. Dad does
We'll
this
see
with
you.
us.
Take care.
You dropped
Drive safe,
your phone.
win races.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go.
Win your race.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, win your race.
Yeah.
Win it.
I want to see
Oh, win,
$100
yeah.
bills like this.
I not like to talk before a race about winning a race. That gives bad karma.
I
Okay.
agree with that.
Scratch that.
Yeah, right. Cut it.
Yeah.
I'm just
I'll put
telling
that.
you to win it. I'm not.
You're
You're not
teaching me.
talking about it.
You're teaching me.
I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah, yeah,
I
then
want
I-
to see
I got.
look like a
I-
peacock. With
I will take
$100
your
bills.
advice. I will take your advice. I will
I'm not
try
going to tell you to lose.
out. Okay, now that makes no sense. That would be.
Go lose.
Go news.
How the hell you do